Once upon a time, in a nondescript little town called Willowbrick, there lived an ordinary boy named Ethan. He was an unassuming teenager, with unruly brown hair and a pair of glasses that constantly slid down his nose. For as long as he could remember, he had been the target of relentless bullying. His classmates, led by a cruel boy named Jake, made sure to remind him daily that he was anything but extraordinary. Ethan's life was a cycle of misery and humiliation. Every morning, he would reluctantly drag himself to Willowbrick High School, bracing for another day of torment. Jake and his gang seemed to take pleasure in inventing new ways to make Ethan's life unbearable. From tripping him in the hallway to sabotaging his lunch, they knew no boundaries. One fateful afternoon, as Ethan was nursing a fresh bruise in the school library, he stumbled upon a dusty, old book hidden behind a row of encyclopedias. The book was titled The Codex of Power and had an intricate, ancient-looking cover. Curiosity got the best of him, and he opened it, revealing pages filled with cryptic symbols and diagrams. As he delved deeper into the book, he discovered that it contained the knowledge of a secret and powerful system that could grant unimaginable abilities to those who possessed it. The book described how to tap into the hidden potential within oneself, unlocking abilities that transcended the ordinary. It spoke of harnessing the elements, controlling time, and mastering the art of persuasion. Ethan, skeptical, yet desperate for change, decided to try one of the simpler techniques described in the book. He followed the instructions carefully, closing his eyes and focusing his thoughts. Suddenly, he felt a rush of energy surging through him. He opened his eyes, and to his amazement, a small flame danced in the palm of his hand. Over the following weeks, Ethan devoted himself to studying the Codex of Power. With each new page he turned, he unlocked a new ability. He could manipulate water, soar through the air, and read minds. He had become an enigmatic force of nature, hidden beneath the facade of an ordinary boy. Word of Ethan's newfound abilities spread like wildfire throughout Willowbrick High School. The bullies who had tormented him for so long were now terrified of him. Jake, once the leader of the tormentors, became the subject of his ridicule. The tables had turned, and Ethan was now the one in control. But Ethan was not interested in revenge. He had learned a valuable lesson from his time as the victim of bullying. Instead, he used his powers to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. He became a hero, defending the weak and standing up against injustice. As Ethan's reputation grew, so did his understanding of the Codex of Power. He realized that the true strength of the system lay not in the abilities it granted but in the responsibility that came with them. He vowed to use his powers wisely, to make the world a better place. Over time, Ethan's fame extended far beyond Willowbrick. He became a symbol of hope and inspiration, a testament to the power of inner strength. People from all walks of life sought his guidance, and he used his abilities to help them overcome their own challenges. As the days turned into months, and the months into years, Ethan's mastery over the Codex of Power continued to evolve. His abilities expanded to include control over the very fabric of reality itself. He could reshape the world around him, mending what was broken and creating wonders beyond imagination. The once ordinary boy had truly become a force of nature, and he was known by a new name: Ethereal. Ethereal's fame had now spread far beyond Willowbrick and had captured the attention of those who sought to exploit his powers. A secret organization known as the Echelon had been monitoring his every move. They believed that harnessing his abilities would grant them ultimate control over the world. One day, as Ethereal was using his powers to restore a withering forest on the outskirts of his town, he felt a strange presence lurking in the shadows. A cloaked figure emerged, their identity concealed by a mask. The Echelon had sent an agent to capture Ethereal. A fierce battle ensued, with the agent wielding powers of their own, drawn from their dark interpretation of the Codex of Power. The clash of abilities created shockwaves that rattled the earth and sent shockwaves through the forest. The trees themselves seemed to rally to Ethereal's side, protecting him from the agent's onslaught. After a grueling battle, Ethereal emerged victorious, but the encounter left him shaken. He realized that he could not face the Echelon alone, and that his newfound abilities were both a gift and a responsibility. He needed allies, individuals who shared his vision of using their powers for the greater good. Ethereal embarked on a quest to find these allies, traveling to distant lands and seeking out those who had also discovered the Codex of Power. Along the way, he encountered Lily, a gifted healer who could mend even the gravest of injuries, and Lucas, a telepath who could bridge the gap between nations with his diplomacy. Together, they formed an alliance known as the Ethereal Guardians. Their mission was to protect the world from those who would misuse the Codex of Power and to ensure that its secrets remained safeguarded. They trained relentlessly, honing their abilities and strengthening their bond. As the Ethereal Guardians grew in strength and numbers, they faced increasingly dangerous challenges. They battled rogue power seekers, thwarted natural disasters, and even prevented wars from breaking out. Their deeds were celebrated across the globe, and their legend grew. But the Echelon, relentless in their pursuit of power, continued to plot in the shadows. They sought to uncover the ultimate secret of the Codex of Power, a power said to rival even the gods. Ethereal knew that their greatest challenge lay ahead, and he was determined to protect not only his newfound family but also the very essence of the Codex itself. The Chronicles of Ethereal were far from over. As the Ethereal Guardians faced ever more perilous trials, they discovered that the true power of the Codex of Power was not in the individual abilities it granted but in the unity of those who used it for a common purpose: to protect the world and all the ordinary boys and girls who, like Ethereal, once had dreamed of becoming something extraordinary.